time for Savings Appeal. Today we're sharing an insider list with all these people out there. It's the 10 things to know when planning your retirement. We're joined by Dylan Bond. You're the owner of Bond Financial Services. So last week we talked about how you live a long life.
Right.
And, more often than not, you're probably going to outlive it. So you need to make sure that people don't outlive their retirement income.
Yeah, absolutely. The fact of the matter is, what used to kill us 20 years ago, now we take a pill and a nap, and we live another 10 years.
We're good to go. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have to be aware of that when we're planning our retirement, and taking into consideration that. People need to understand that the average 65-year-old couple retiring today, with Medicare, excluding nursing home costs, can expect to pay about $240,000 throughout their retirement and health care expenses.
And that's without going into a nursing home in the latter stage of your life. That's not even with having to live. That's additional expenditure in addition to getting up and buying your coffee in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, you have to take it with a grain of salt. Everybody has a fixed amount of money that they have in their bucket, and the key is make sure that bucket is sound. Make sure you're not leaking additional expenses or risk in losing money in the markets and things like that. Make sure that you're keeping your money in the bucket so that it has the potential to grow over time, so that if those healthcare expenses do come into play over the long run, you'll have more money to use to pay for them.
Well, it's all about having more money coming in too, even after you retire. You need to put your money into those specific buckets that are still going to help you get a little interest and kind of help your money make money.
Yeah, the fact of the matter is nobody wants to plan for healthcare. But if you retire at 65 and you have a 1 in 3 chance of living past 90, okay, that's about a 30-year window that you need to finance not only for your retirement income, not only for inflation, okay, cost of goods and services growing, but then keep in mind, healthcare expenses tend to grow faster than the average inflation rate out there.
Really? So they outpace inflation?
Absolutely.
So people might be in a little bit of a predicament because, and oftentimes people think, I'm going to live forever, I'll be fine, but you don't think, every prescription, you say you take a pill these days, all those, they come with co-pays.
Yep.
Everything's got a little bit of a caveat to it. It's going to keep costing you, costing you.
And I don't know about your health insurance, Seth, but over the last couple of years, it seems like regardless of the premiums I pay the health insurance company, my co-pays are going up, my prescription co-pays are going up. So I see it every day. I think everybody out there sees it. The key is sit down and put a plan together so you know where that money's coming from, so that as time goes on and things arise, you're not reacting to the situation. You've already proactively planned for it.
See, that's the thing with my insurance. I never get it. I pay them a ton of money every year, and then every time I go to a doctor, I have to pay them more and more money. I don't know. Maybe you're
prepaying for when you get older and need it.
So eventually, when I break my leg, they'll help me out.
There you go. Hopefully.
So, yeah, exactly. Unless they don't. In case you're watching, please help me if I break my leg. So this is number 2 then on the list. The first was you're going to live a long life.
Right.
Number 2, the point we're talking about today, healthcare expenses. They're always going to rise. So what you need to do is you need to meet with someone like you and make it so that you have enough money.
Right. If you want to meet with me, you're more than welcome to come into the office and sit down for a one-on-one appointment. If you want to see to learn a little bit more about me before you do that, you can come to one of our seminars. We put them on almost on a weekly basis. Best thing to do is call the office, talk to George. He has the upcoming seminar dates, locations, and availability. It's by invitation only. They're geared for people 50 and older. That are at or near retirement, and it's a good place to start. I'd prefer people come to the seminar first and then come to meet with me, because then they'd know a little bit more about the way I think.
Well, that's true. You want the people, because you're going to be working with them for a long while. You want to make sure that everybody gets along with each other.
Absolutely. So. I don't want to rush into anything, because if I have to commit to working with somebody for 25 to 30 years, I want to make sure it's going to work on both sides.
Absolutely. So if people come, they can also hopefully snag one of these brochures too, which will just give them even more information. That's what you're all about.
More than welcome to get one of these 10 ways to retire books at my office. You can call George and set up a time to come in, and I'll be more than happy to go over it with you as well.
Because at the end of the day, you want to educate people. You don't just want to work with them. You want them to know what they're talking about so that you can help them even more.
If I educate them first and then help them second, get into the products that will best suit their needs, then there'll be less surprises down the road.
Dylan, thanks so much.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you here today. And if you want all of Dylan's 10 tips, keep watching every week. But you can meet with him at a free seminar or schedule a one-on-one session. Find out how to secure your financial future by bondfinancialservices.net or give him a call, 413-754-4747.